If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
Literally just came flying in like I tripped. Oh, okay, I'm here. There's too much stuff on the floor next to my desk. Okay, we are doing our Love for the Dark Arts stream. Lord of the Lost, 6 Feet Underground, is next. The comment is, you've already reacted to the song Morgana, which was my tribute to a late friend of mine. I'm going to see this band live in July, warming up for none other...
Is this Controller talking? Or Middle Earth talking?
I thought that this was Controller's pick, but now it looks like it's Middle's comment, so do what you will. I'm gonna see this band live in July, warming up for none other than Iron Maiden.
Whoa.
Lord of the Lost was founded in mid-2007 by Chris Harms as a solo project. While working on the initial songs and publishing them on MySpace, Harms received a lot of positive reception and realized that he would require a full band to play them live. He recruited other musicians from his friends in the Hamburg music scene to form the band. Chris Harms stated that what inspires him is life. As much as you experience, as much as you can tell about, but I have a gift that I can focus on those ideas very often. It comes naturally to put memories or ideas together to become music. Okay.
All right, let's see about this. This is Lord of the Lost, guys. I feel like every time I hear Lord of the Lost, I always think about Land of the Lost, which is a show.
That's funny, and I think of Lord of the Flies.
The Land of the Lost. All right, here we go. Lord of the Lost. Let's do it. Was it 6 Feet Hourglass or something like that?
The name of the song is 6 Feet Underground.
6 Feet Underground. All right.
lives part by part. My favorite pieces are la carte. My love will last longer than death. When night by night you be my skin and flesh. Deep down in the dark, loving you 6 feet underground, eternal love, so cold from your frozen heart. Deep down in the dark, loving you 6 feet underground, eternal love, I'm loving you 6 feet underground. Deep down in the dark, loving you 6 feet underground, eternal love, so cold from your frozen heart. Deep down in the dark, loving you 6 feet underground, eternal love, I'm deep down in the dark, loving you 6 feet underground, eternal love, so cold from your frozen heart. Deep down in the dark, loving you 6 feet underground, eternal love, I'm loving you 6 feet underground. Deep down in the dark, I'm loving you 6 feet underground.
All right, that looked like we had a
This is very-
semi-official video that didn't get blocked, so we're in good shape.
Song. Okay, first of all, this is the combo that I pictured with this. One is it's like kind of like a modern typo. He's
Yeah,
got
I
like
felt-
that sort of like
I
lyrical
had more
content.
of a Depeche Mode type feel to it, but maybe that's because I got
I'm talking about lyrical.
Depeche Mode on the mind because
the
rest in
irony
peace,
there.
rest in
Yeah.
peace to the homie.
So there was, so I kind of like the typo kind of feel in one sense, but it also had like kind of like a Ghost sound to it. Ghost, the band Ghost. You know, like how they kind of like something sounds a little happier, but it's kind of actually darker, like that sort of thing going on.
Okay.
Plus, then it also reminded me of, and I'm not gonna remember the name of the band. We interviewed them at a show, and they had like a carnival sort of sound to them.
Yeah. Raven Black.
Is it Raven Black? I think you're right. Yeah. Because he was playing that little thing. Yeah. But I wasn't sure if he was talking about a girl in this, like his other, or if he was actually talking about like his art. Because it looked like when he dug that stuff up in the cemetery, it wasn't actually like a person, but rather like his art. Like,
yeah, they were digging up their guitar parts. Yeah. Yeah, so the video is definitely communicating that it could be his love of
yeah, but you could see how it could kind of go both ways. Music. But I think that, you know, like well, I think that if you have a love for art and then, you know, circumstances like when you were not in that not healthy relationship. This is really weird how I just said that. Did you play your guitar a lot?
No, I didn't.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't play my guitar for years. I didn't start playing my guitar again really until you. Prior to that, I wouldn't really. I'd like when I visit your place, I'd play like every once in a while. But when
Yeah.
I was home, nah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
There was too much going on.
Well, I mean, I was prepping to go to a trip. Everything was a prep to go because I could, obviously, you've been there. You get a call, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really have a lot of time to really dedicate to playing guitar because my life was. I really wouldn't attribute it to her. I would attribute it to the work. Now you could say the work is attributable to her, probably, but I mean, I think I would have done that. I think I'd have found an excuse to do that shit anyway, regardless.
Really?
Yeah.
So then it's better we didn't meet in high school?
Yeah, probably. Well, for that situation, yeah, probably. Because that would always, if I didn't get to do that and get that shit out of my system, that would have been a real problem for me.
And I would have had a real problem with you doing that.
So, yeah, probably. Well, I mean, the way that it happened, it was kind of like a backdoor situation. Like, I had already, like, made peace with that, but that was still, like, a major problem. And then when the situation presented itself, and I could be convinced that, like, it was real, that took a while. But then, things were obviously, obviously different. But, like, that one, like, I didn't even consult her. I didn't even talk to her. I didn't, I was like, yep, I'm doing that. But, like, if it was you, it probably would have been a lot different.
I'm so worried all the time.
It'd have been a lot different. Well, I mean, you weren't really worried when I would go. You just got worried about the last time.
I didn't know.
You got worried the last time. You wouldn't have known. You just, it's work, whatever. It would have been. I think you'd have been fine. I just think. I think I'd have a harder time not telling you or leading you to believe.
Yeah, especially
XYZ
because
instead of HLT or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Especially.
Why is that an important question to you?
What?
Why is that an important question?
Oh no, I was just because I was.
That looks like it's a very important question to you.
No, just the idea of something happening to you is making me emotional. And that thing that she said to you, sometimes I just hear her saying that, and I just can't believe that she said that.
What the? Oh, that she hoped I died over there.
Yeah.
Your bush is my command, bitch. Yeah. Well,
if I wasn't there for that, to be honest with you, that would have been hard for me to believe that somebody even. That whole night was weird.
That was
a lot of weird.
It was funny too because that was in my head. I was like, well, okay, looks like she's gonna get her or whatever. Like I really, Anyway, but
So okay, what
I didn't get to play a lot of guitar.
That's kind of what I think that probably life and circumstances ends up making it so that way people kind of have to bury their art. So I could see it going both ways. Like it could have been like that sort of like dark sort of like love song because he's talking about like the words that he's using is I said in good times as in bad, in light as in darkness. Obviously people say that at their weddings. From the first kiss to your last breath. I don't know why, like.
And it says, too much is never enough. I'm digging my way to my work of art. So that supports your theory on the lyrics.
Yeah, he's getting back to his, and I was talking to this girl that was saying she's in her 30s, but she did a lot of like really unhealthy stuff in her life, and so she's been really paranoid about dying. Because now she wants to live longer for her kids and become a grandma and stuff, but she wasn't healthy for a lot of her life. And she was saying how she talks to other people who are older than her that also went through a phase where they were terrified of like dying. And I don't know if you remember, but like 2 years ago, I like went through this phase where I was like, the idea of dying, I was not like, I was not good. And so when he talks about like eternal love and stuff like that, and I don't know, I was just thinking like, I think that if you put away your art that's like very much a part of you and it's like, this is me, you put that aside because life gets busy and things happen and whatever, but like digging your way back to it to say like, well no, like this is me and this is what I love and this is who I am, and like digging your way back to that so you could kind of, it just, I don't know, I like the way that he kind of put like this you know how I am about like relationships, and there's like sort of this kind of relationship, like this dark sexuality almost to it, like dark as in like, because there's death involved.
Where did you see any sexuality in it?
Sensuality, I guess you could say. Sensuality.
Where?
What do you mean? Are you joking?
Where is the sensuality in the song, lyrically? Like, what
I
are you
kiss
talking
your
about?
bleak lips part by part. That's
sensual? Your bleak lips?
Yeah, but that's why I said dark.
Bleak?
Like,
doesn't even seem dark to me. It just seems boring. It's like you got like these thin, chapped lips. They're not really.
Yeah, but he's.
You just find a way to sexualize everything.
No,
I don't
I
even
think
think
what
like
he's
he
saying,
meant this to be sexual
like he's
at
got
all.
well, I disagree. In night by night, you'll be my skin and flesh. Like, I think he's getting back to his music, and he's using that sort of like, you know, black lace approach, like kind of adding some like sensuality.
Sensuality.
Yeah, I
All
feel
right.
like as he's talking about his instrument, the frozen heart, the eternal love.
It's just fascinating to me.
And I think that when he talks about the bleak lips part by part, I think that he means like, because as he's pulling his instruments out, they all looked like they needed some TLC. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like prior to our friends sending us, you know, Becky and her husband Becky and John sending us the guitar that they sent for you. Like your other guitar was like pretty beat up. You know what I mean? Like it was missing a knob. There was strings broken. That
thing is 10 years old.
Yeah, I know. But you abandoned that for 10 years. And then, you know, or whatever, like a big chunk of that time, it wasn't like now you're coming back to it. So you were like pulling the guitar out, putting on the proper strings to it, taking the time to kind of like play and stuff. And I think that I just like the way that they explained it, and that, you know, whatever. But I see that, you know, what do you think the song's about?
I actually you convinced me, because I thought it was just a relationship song, but you convinced me that it's about his relationship to art.
You thought it was just
I thought
that's
it was just a
interesting.
girlfriend song.
No, I wanted it to be
But
a
you-
girlfriend
but you
song, but I
changed my
definitely
mind.
thought it was about.
I think you
music.
give material things like art or a guitar some sort of consciousness when you bond with it. So a long time
Yeah.
away from it hurts the soul a bit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I definitely agree with that. And again, I don't know like the level of consciousness or whatever, but I have such a strange relationship with my guitar. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it calls to you sometimes, and then it's like and then other times I'm like, yo,
I'm done.
I don't want to be around you. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. Get away.
Yep.
And I do like it's emotionally, it doesn't feel any different to me than a good talk with a friend or a whatever. And there's times actually I feel like the guitar understands me in a way that nobody else understands me, which is kind of very, very interesting thought process.
I think it's important for people to have stuff like that in their life. Like for me, a lot of times it could be music, but a lot of times it's writing, a journal and a pen.
Yeah. It's them rediscovering their love for their styles of music and forming the band, I think. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I
you know
think
who I thought of?
you guys
Fist
are
of
both
Five.
right.
When
Fist
this was
of Five.
going on.
Oh, yeah!
That's
Speaking
literally
of Fist
what I
of Five,
thought
we're
of.
going to review one of their videos soon. They just came out with a new joint.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, music is really, really fascinating because, especially me, like, I cannot even explain, like, how frustrated I get with my instrument and how, like, it's, like, instantaneous. Like, I just come to a point where I'm at the terminus. It's like,
Yeah, I always wonder if you're like, I'm playing this one more time, then I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
Because you always look like you were right into it, and then boom, you were done.
yeah.
And the way that you hang it up sometimes, it looks like
Yeah, it's so strange.
if he didn't not want to break that thing might be broken.
Yeah. But then up there, I see it hanging on the wall. It's like, play me. I want to do our song. What do you get the song?
I really like this one, and I really like the message again. So a 9.89, another 9.89.
Isn't that sort of the way that Lewis talks about Storge? Yeah, pretty much. I think I Storge my guitar, for sure, for sure. Okay. We got more for you, dear listener. What did you give it?
9.89. What'd you give it?
I'll give it a solid 9. I do think the Depeche Mode, it had like an 80s industrial vibe to it. Yeah, it's a solid 9. More on the way, dear listener. We're coming right back to you. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.